ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Earth Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and it's no surprise that Infamous grab out the Omni, seeing how much work it did for VGJ last game. Interested to see how Infamous bounce back. It's unfair to generalize, but something I've noticed of the South American teams is they tilt a lot, and they'll play games will be very, very close, if not favor for them the first game, and then they'll often lose, maybe in a very close game. Obviously, VGJ won with I don't know, 18k gold lead, but that was towards the very, very end. I mean, Infamous was pretty much neck and neck the entire game. But then I always see the second game, it just turns into a stomp with usually the South American team losing. So hopefully they can break that trend for their sake. Obviously, VGJ, they don't want to, or they don't want them to break that trend. They want to just take this nice and easy 2-0. But that is something I've seen, and I think that players they tend to tilt a bit, is what I'm getting at.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Right.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, I didn't think about that. It's a good tool to have against Bloodlust as well. Interested to see Ogre picked up here early on. The hero I see come and go from time to time, and it's typically, in my eyes, only good when you have something that pairs very well with that Bloodlust. So, talking about heroes that benefit from that, namely the attack speed. So, Gyrocopters, Faceless Voids, Juggernauts, just any kind of right-clicking, physical damage core. So, we'll see what they go with. I know that I think that their core player, or their carry player is Kotaro, if I'm not mistaken. I know he loves playing Slark. It's also not a bad like Slark Aim in the sense that if you cast your ult before Razor gets the link, then he can't really link you, he has to link someone else, and he benefits from the Bloodlust. It's not a typically good hero in the metagame right now, but I'm just throwing it out there because I know that he likes to play it. So that's going to be the support duo, Sand King Ogre, and a quick snap pick of Rubik. And you can't blame him. I mean, it pairs nicely in terms of ranged support with a melee support with Earth Spirit, juggles some good damage and control, and also can steal a number of good spells, namely the Omni Knight's Purification and the Repel.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and Pepita loves Viper, and he's their mid player, and he's their drafter, so I could very well see a Viper being picked up here for Infamous. They go with the PL, so that could be mid or safe lane, but it really could actually go in either. But the Viper is actually really funny that you mentioned it. I know how much Pepita loves to pick that. Like, he liked it more before the changes to the hero, but I'm sure he still likes that hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Radiant team
Earth Spirit's okay against Phantom Lancer. We're gonna go with the Terrorblade, alright. Not something I typically think of when I'm thinking of like PL counters, but I've seen this hero just have such success lately. Like in the last 2 or 3 days I've been watching competitive Dota, I just haven't seen this hero lose. Granted, the last game I saw him win was Animal Planet versus Complexity, and they 100% should have lost that game. So I don't know if that had anything to do with Terrorblade. Well, actually, you know what? It had everything to do with Terrorblade because they base raced with Terrorblade down 17k. So, but I mean, there were other factors involved. But bottom line is, I haven't seen this hero lose much.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
No, they're really not, actually. Kind of a weird draft, I think, from VGJ. I love their supports. Razor could make some sense, but I'm not sold on the Razor Terrorblade core. This feels kind of weird to me. I don't know. Unless Razor rushes and ags, but it's not typically something you see. But even then, I mean, your supports don't really help you in terms of pushing. They're just kind of like more control. All right, that'll help with some pushing and some, like finding the real PO with Ravage and whatnot. This is a weird one from VGJ, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see what Infamous respond with.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes.
Good old Quap. It's kind of a risky pick. Definitely Queen of Pain can get caught out by either one of the supports. Which is why I like these supports so much. Like, Earth Spirit can kind of do anything, really. And same goes for Rubik, especially when you have so many different spells to steal. They have a good, good damage between the both of them, good control. I just really like the support combo. We'll have to see if the other heroes can follow suit, but Quap, I'm not sold on that. I think he's going to have a bit of a hard time this mid lane if, actually just in general, like the silence from Earth Spirit. the instant cast lift from Rubik, potentially a blink ravage from Yang.
Several ways to get caught out, yeah. Queen of Pain, so Pepita. We'll need to be careful. Blinking around the map, but going to be in the mid lane most likely against Kama.
Actually, that being said, I wouldn't mind to see a safe lane Queen of Pain against Tidehunter. Definitely would do better than a PL. Obviously, you have supports to work with, but I think PL might even be... And then again, you kind of pick Queen of Pain against the Razor so you can get out of the link. They're kind of forced to do that, but they have to make sure they like really shut down this Tide. Because you're looking at triple melee against a Tide. So if Tide gets any bit of farm or levels, he's just going to run that lane over. So you have to kind of sit your supports in that lane.
Anchor Smash going to be a very used tool by Tidehunter this game for sure. So, all right, game number 2. Again, Infamous down 1-0 here, and obviously a best out of 3 series. This being a first round matchup. Again, it is a double elimination tournament, but trying to force that 3rd game at least. Thunder, on the other hand, gonna make it 2-0. Sylar on the Terrorblade. Pretty sick skin, honestly. I don't know if I've seen this one actually. It's got the white glow going on with the Terrorblade.
Nice.
What the metaform looks like.
Looks like anti-mage blades.
Now. It actually is, yeah.
I mean, he is Illidan, right? Isn't that like... I forget the lore. Isn't he like...
come on, this is Dota universe, not... But yes, in the Warcraft universe, yes. Well, actually, was the Terrorblade? No, because, yeah, the anti-mage was Illidan, I thought.
Terrorblade was. This is why I don't know.
Was. Grant, you are right. Never mind.
And weren't they like brothers or something? I don't remember.
Sure. Grant's a lot better at that lore stuff, yeah. Alright, well, anyways. In the Dota universe, who knows? He's Terrorblade, and right now he's at the bottom rune. So, is he going to be mid?
I believe so. He's got the mid items, and he's got pooled regen. I think this is the safest way to lane the Terrorblade for a number of reasons. 1, he's going to get experience faster. 2, it's harder to kind of... I mean, I say this with a grain of salt, but it's harder to shut down mid. Like, yes, you can gank mid, and oftentimes we do see that happening, but it's a lot easier to get your levels and farm mid under pressure than it is under pressure in your safe lane or in the off lane. Like, there's less places you can go, whereas the mid lane will always pretty much line up in the same spot. Yeah. So it's a bit more consistent farming levels. It's just safer. And for a hero that, doesn't really do that well against pressure, it's a bit safer to put him in the mid. It is a bit interesting, though, like I mentioned, to not have co-op against Razor. Like, that's thought of as one of the better counters to Razor.
Well, yeah, there's both teams doing some lane decisions a little bit out of the norm. Phantom Lancer running the aggressive tri-lane up here with the Sand King Ogre. They're going in, actually. The Ignite put up on top of the Burrow Strike, and I don't think they're going to get a kill out of this, but just going to harass plenty. He throws out the link. Unfortunately, the barrel roll completely whiffed by Fade. And that means Razor has to run, so... Yeah, Fade had a hell of an Earth Spirit game last game in game number 1, but that was a miscue there here to start game number 2. It happens. But it's turned into a Tri versus Tri lane now. So the Phantom Lancer being up here, especially now Tri versus Tri, do you like the chance I say that Razor is TPing bottom? So, there's our answer.
Yep.
Thunder wants out.
You want Razor to have more of a snowbally easy lane, and instantly TPs coming out from the side of Infamous to put the dual lane here, at least for the time being, against Razor. So they don't want to give him an easy time, and the worst part of this is you got basically a double wave coming the way of Infamous. Yeah. So this Razor is going to be under some pressure now and not be able to get some farm. So the early TPs from both teams, I think, benefits right now the Radiant side, just because this Razor's not going to get too much right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of goes back to the idea of the TP in the first place, because it's like you pretty much knew that they were going to react. So being in the off lane now, it's a little bit more unsafe. So that's, if anything, why I would have maybe thought that just staying in the safe lane would have been arguably better. But we'll see how it works out in the long run. Again, so far he's got the lane pushed back right now and just about to hit level 3. Seems like he's doing all right, but Ogre will make his way back down there. In fact, another TP even coming in from Sand King with a haste rune. Razor saw something, though. Information to get back in time. But meanwhile, the middle lane, it really is a true 1 versus 1, which is pretty rare nowadays. Queen of Pain versus Terrorblade. And Terrorblade's actually having the better at this point.
Yeah. Tyler playing really well. Last hitting, he's not going any points in reflection. So just getting the illusion actually level 2, which makes sense because if you popped your metamorphosis early, there's no point in putting a point in it when it's on cooldown.
Yeah.
So, and it's working out for him. Even without the stout shield, just the super high armor. I mean, look at 13 armor. Ridiculous. And that's not even when he's next to his tower. It's going to be higher, like I think 15. I can't remember exactly if it's 2 or 3. I always forget, but
I think it's 2.
But yeah, nonetheless, he's got a ton of armor. Extra armor now with the Aquila.
Good.
And
bottom lane, Razor, he's in trouble. This might be the first blood. Sand King, Bro striking the 2 supports, and Kama will be fast enough to get out. Fade, can he get out? Nice barrel roll into the wall, bounces him forward. However, he gets trapped in the trees, but I don't think they know that, so he should be safe for the time being. Kama still being run after. I will be forced to use a lift and throw away Phantom Lancers, so yeah, her Spirit's going to be fine, and we remain without a first blood as a result, and Kama now TP's back to the top lane, so it's going to continue to be the game of responding to one another in the laning phase here. And they're going to go for a kill on Omni Knight? No, he's fine.
Sucking the damage up for now, making Omni Knight unable to get last hits, at least for the time being.
Is Terrorblade dead? Oh my god, he's dead.
Yeah. I'm surprised he isn't denying himself with his illusion. He definitely could have. So the dot damage from Pepita is enough to get the kill.
I look at him like, oh, he's low on life, but he's walking away. So nope, that poison, it's sticking him, and sure enough, it finishes the job. So yeah, ate the tree at the last second, but wasn't going to save him. And that was a metaform just used as well. So that's on cooldown now for 120 seconds, of course. I mean, the long cooldown it is. Obviously got there late to the middle lane, so not exactly sure, but man, well played by Pepita there.
Yeah, first blood gold goes the way of the mid laner that he has to go face up against now right away. There is an Invis Earth Spirit up. Alright, they're not going to try anything. No Gush on Tidehunter, so be kind of hard.
Yeah,
this damage from this dagger is doing a lot, considering he has just low... Yeah, he has lots of armor, but the dagger is, you know, obviously magic damage and high armor, low HP, so things like spells are really, really good against Terrorblade. Stun coming in from Schofield. Level 5, Pepita trying to put in some damage. He actually does level up the Reflection here at level 5.
Well, he was fighting
nice stun coming out.
Hey, expected Fade almost to come in there a bit sooner, it felt like, but in the end, he will stay alive. Io gets a kill. That was at the top lane, meanwhile. They take out Phantom Lancer, who is still up there, of course, for the time being. So we'll see if he TP's top or if he TP's bottom now after that death. We're gonna have to decide. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Terrorblade, he really is feeling the pain of that Queen of Pain. Overall, the last hitting still fairly even, but of course, Queen of Pain working off of that kill now. And she got on him earlier. And Phantom Lancer will go right back to the top lane, so that's not going to deter him from going up here. It's fine running back up. Omni Knight will remain at the bottom against the Tidehunter. So really want to keep the Razor in check, and they certainly are. He's only 15 and 6 right now. Comes to his last hitting.
Pepita's got some good levels. Level 6 to the level 5 on Sylar, so Sylar's got to be careful of big barrage of nukes coming his way. Does have some extra vision with a ward placed down right now just by Fade. Fade does have silence and stun. I don't think this is going to be enough.
No.
In fact, he might even need to be careful. Kicks him away. He's scared. He gets up a couple auto attacks. Yeah, he's dead. He's going to have to get denied, but he's not in range. Nicely played. Aggressive blink from Pepita. Wanted to secure the kill. Was afraid of a deny. Might have put himself in a bad spot. No blink for another 8 seconds. He's going to TP out. Looks like that will be barely enough, so nicely played.
God, that was a clear. I was really shocked when he blinked in. Obviously, he didn't have the tell that we had necessarily as a spectator, but still, a very ballsy blink in the end.
I don't know why Earth Spirit was even attempting to go. Like, there was clearly no kill happening onto him.
Oh no, top lane. Io gonna lift up though. He's surviving for now. Ravage comes out from the Tidehunter. Io's gonna live, and the turn kills are possibly real for the dire side. Trying to finish off Phantom Lancer, draining a lot of damage, but cannot eventually get in the auto attack to finish him off. Ogre Magi, however, they will easily take him out. You also see Sand King making his way out of there. So great save initially. The Ravage use does get the turn kill though. And at least on the one hero. Phantom Lancer is still hanging around. Alright, gets that damage back now. But top lane, that's where the action's at apparently. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Omni Knight's loving it. Not just free fun. No big deal. Why don't we see the, you know, for a while there we were seeing even the whole Radiance build on Omni Knights as a thing, but I feel like we haven't really seen that a lot. It's been more the support utility instead. recent.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird that we've seen that shift just randomly. I don't know. Pumping up your teammate seems to be better when they get farm, but there's a big when and if. Like if Old Stinger has a really good time, but his allies just aren't getting any farm, it really diminishes the effectiveness of an Omni Knight. So he kind of has to rely on his team getting good farm for him to be effective. As Pepita could be that hero, as he's up to killing spree now with a nice and easy kill onto AO. The Kama he's up here. It's kind of chilling, but this looks like maybe a dead tower here with the siege unit attacking it.
Well, that was interesting because he started TPing actually because he saw Queen of Pain jump in. I was like, oh crap, they're going for me, but they didn't actually see him, so he canceled it. And they're acting like they may want to fight, but obviously they know Tidehunter doesn't have a Ravage. I mean, it still has whatever
Arcane Rune.
seconds.
He can spam this a lot if he needs to.
So basically a 3-second cooldown on that Anchor Smash, so... Yeah, he's gonna
he wants to use it, but he's taking some damage in response.
Yeah, he does have Kraken Shell level 2, but 12-1 charge, don't do it. Oh, he tried to bait it. Yeah, you can see that cast animation of the Sonic Wave. He knew that it wasn't gonna be enough though.
So 3K gold lead, pretty substantial here at only 8 minutes for Team Infamous.
It really is. It's only 3-2 as far as hero kills go, but not the most action in that sense. But honestly, there has been plenty of action. Just the kills haven't necessarily been adding up the most. But yeah, top tower kill, 3,000 net worth as you mentioned. Omni Knight, I was gonna say he was leading the way, but actually just Queen of Pain sure enough, 4,300. So yeah, Pepita once again, just like he did on Timbersaw last game, almost not necessarily quietly, but he's gonna be going the Orchid route, choosing to pass up the idea of the Veil this game. I feel like when you have such a good start like this, I mean, maybe going the Orchid does make more sense, but what about passing up the Veil instead? Do you think that's the right choice?
Generally, you have to be really careful about an Orchid build because generally what happens is you blink in Orchid and then you're free game for anyone else to do anything to you. Very aggressive build, and oftentimes I see it kind of fall flat on his face if you rush it. But it is so good against Terrorblade. You don't have to fear the Sunder. You can't really be sure to get a kill as a still on Silo there, but you can't be sure to get a kill on Tide. Just that Kraken Shell's always gonna get rid of it.
Yeah.
But it's just so tempting to get it against the Terrorblade. He's not gonna have a Manta anytime soon at all. It's just you feel like you have to.
Fantastic smoke play right there by Infamous, by the way. That's how they found the Terrorblade, and he just blew up to the Sonic Wave. Meanwhile, where was that? That was top lane. Phantom Lancer actually does go down again. Hey, man, we thought Razor was the one being locked down up here. Phantom Lancer's not doing much better. He's also struggling quite a bit.
Yeah.
For them, but
Kotaro has not had a nice set of games, unfortunately. He's getting picked off a lot. I know he's only 0-2, but the PL should be a little bit more difficult, especially when it's not many heroes trying to gank you right there. But Quap obviously having a fantastic time. Omni Knight level 10. Yeah, doing really good. He's actually number 2 in net worth there, and he's rushing for a drums and Yules.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. I mean, how do you feel? Because especially with their Phantom Lancer struggling, I mean, could this be a game where maybe not the Radiance, but so I don't know. I guess this is just still so good, and you expect your Phantom Lancer to recover anyways.
The Radiance build is kind of like you play by yourself like the whole game.
True.
You don't really get to utilize all his spells, which are, for your allies is obviously much better. So I like this build a bit more. Not sure if I like the drums though. I kind of like Yule's Rush, but I mean he's getting so much farm that the drums is going to help his team do extra damage to towers when you activate it. So.
Oh, Sand King
Sun coming out, misses.
Whiffed right there. Thought he could hit the Rubik, just a little shy. But not much more coming out of it. Omni Knight. He does have his Guardian Angel at level 10. You mentioned the drums finished. 6 charges in full, ready to go. May come into play right here as he wants this tower kill. Deny attempt. Great stun at the last second, actually. Prevents him from denying it. So Stinger, he'll get credit for the tower kill even, and continues to be second in net worth behind his teammate, Pepita, who's well on his way to that Orchid. How about Terrorblade? Take a look at what he's going for. Looks like Dragonlance is going to be his first bigger item choice, at least. Somewhat standard, I think it's safe to say.
I've been seeing a lot of Terrorblades lately just skip the Dragonlance and just go straight for the Yasha Manta. But,
okay.
But yeah, it looks like he's going to go for the Dragonlance. So the rolling in, but nope. Nicely micro there by Pepita, and then he makes a counterplay onto the Terrorblade. Pepita just having a hell of a series despite losing game 1. Blinks in, unfortunately, as I say that, Caster's Curse into a Rubik, taking some damage, gets silenced out, and feeds with Caster's Curse right there, man. My God. Just makes an amazing play, gets praised, and then feeds.
You know what's kind of funny? I was actually watching the bottom lane. They were going on, so it was great play-by-play, and I could visualize what happened for sure, but Tidehunter used his Ravage, actually, as they were going on him, and thought there was going to be some turn potential there, but there was not. He survives and kind of walks away, but yeah, well played to kill Siler, at least, in that middle lane, unfortunately.
He was microing an illusion of himself. They all went on the illusion, and then he just used both his spells, blew up the Terrorblade. And it must have been like a oh my god kind of moment for Sylar, but just really nicely played by Pepita. But then he blinks into 3 heroes and then dies, so... oh boy.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you get a little too excited, making some big plays, and you throw yourself at the enemy team.
Rubik's happy about it, though. He got level 6 and like 600 gold, so...
Oh yeah, stealing spells now. Mention how powerful that is this game. A spell steal ability. They see Earth Spirit, by the way. There's a lot of pings on him. This is a very aggressive deep ward early on. Try to use it to run him down. Degener level 3, sitting on top. He pushes him away. Barrel, great blink in, prevents the roll. However, he gets sundered actually by Terrorblade, keeping him alive. That's a core sunder, sundering his Earth Spirit teammate, and he still dies anyways. And because of that, Terrorblade can't really fight. However, the rest of them can, and they run in to take out Ogre. That magnetize, excuse me, doing plenty of damage, and gets them to retreat.
I don't know about that one. Like you said, he died anyway, and then he's forced to run all the way back. And like Terrorblade, you gotta play pretty greedy. I mean, that's just the nature of the hero. It's greedy. It takes you a long time to get online, but when you do, then you feel the benefits instantly. But little plays like that's gonna really stall him, especially when he's already so far behind. Sylar had a good first 2 waves, but that's about it.
Yeah, he's still trying to finish that Dragon Lance again, so really kind of playing the catch-up game this whole time. You see only 4,500 net worth. Even his teammate Tidehunter is doing better than him, and it's not like Tidehunter's taken off either. So right now, it's all 3 cores, in fact, for Infamous. Phantom Lancer, he has stepped up. He is now 3rd on the chart behind his 2 teammates. So looking very good, a 4,000 overall net worth lead as Pita's going at it with Yang here in the middle lane. Not much going to come of that. Just some harassment bottom lane. They're maybe looking to make some push happen. Again, another thing about Terrorblade, as I was mentioning, is him and Razor especially. It's kind of a makeup of cores that can push towers even earlier on. They still don't have a tower kill at 15 minutes into this game, so pretty big deal. Bottom lane, by the way, fight definitely breaking out. There's that epicenter. Nice stun onto 2 heroes. Omni-Knight also got stunned. The Sonic Wave, I believe it hit Sylar, but it's not enough damage for the kill, and he's going to keep on running. Now Razor's here, Eye of the Storm active. Omni-Knight, that repel's wearing off, and that's big time for the dire side because the Ravage connects as a result. Also, Queen of Pain got hit by the Ravage. She wants to chase after more.
Oh, nice stun.
Oh, she gets caught by the Boulder Smash, and she'll fall because of it. Fade with the clutch Boulder Smashes yet again.
Just a fantastic stun from this Earth Spirit player. Really warranting this first pick overall for VGJ. And I think that Infamous were actually scared of a Sunder that wasn't up yet. Like, they were kind of a little bit timid and a little bit scared of actually fully committing on the Terrorblade, but he had a good 25 seconds left on his Sunder. And I think that apprehension kind of bit them in the ass just a little bit, Ogre. Getting stunned and slowed and sucked off. And Kamo will go up to a mega kill there.
I'm 12, by the way. Bottom tower. It's probably... I don't even know if it's going to fall, honestly. It's probably not, actually. The Creeper is not really here, and the Radiant team does have plenty of reinforcements. In fact, Queen of Pain, she blinks in. She's here now as well. Phantom Lancer with a double damage rune. They're going to not really chase too far, though. It is a Tidehunter with a bit of Defiance, so they'll let him be. Even that Force Staff, as you see, coming into play. So he is good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got production value here on the secondary stream. That's right, instant replay of that previous fight. Can take another look at it. Yeah, going back to the Terrorblade, though, the point you're making, to be fair, the level 1 Sunder is a 120-second cooldown. So it is quite a bit. But back to the main, actually, as they lifted Omni-Knight initially. He gets a repel off, though. They're trying to run him down. Meanwhile, see Kama chasing after Phantom Lancer with that static link. Not going to be able to chase him too much, though. Good job kiting away from the PL.
Oh, rookie Rubik mistake, as he doesn't cast a spell before he steals one, so he could have cast double spell. At least cast that Lance on the Omni before stealing. Things like that. rookie mistake. That passive from Razor doing quite a bit of damage there. Slowing him. Nice stun, blinking stun there.
Ravage not ready just yet. Where is Terrorblade during all this? He's coming over from the left. He does have that Thunder now. Or is Spirit going to be locked down by the Fire Blast? Out comes a Guardian Angel. The Sonic Wave hitting a couple of heroes. Nobody dead just yet, though. Terrorblade is now here. Great epicenter on the backlands. It will finish off Rubik as well. Sierra Spirit. Quinnipian going to take out the Tidehunter. And Terrorblade. Can he Thunder time? Yes, he can. It's not going to save him in the long run, though. Being run down. Another Spirit Lance coming out. Double kill for Papita. And they're not going to clean up in full as Razor does get away, but a 4-for-0 fight in favor of Infamous.
Yeah.
Looking strong.
I don't know if Sylar really knows what he's doing on Terrorblade. Like,
oh boy.
He has 90. He was using his meta for something before that, or I don't know if they thought they were going to fight when they were down there, or if he was using the formations or something, but I mean, it just came off, like, off cooldown. It had 90 seconds, or I should say, it just got done being used, and he had like 90 seconds left on it. Then runs to the fight to just do nothing. Like, he should have been farming the jungle and just maximizing his farm if he didn't have that meta or wasn't ready to fight, and then feeds off another one. So just not the correct decision making here for again, a hero that needs to be greedy, that needs to just farm until at least you get one core item, which he's still very far away from.
Queen of Pain making use of that Orchid, no doubt, off to the side over here. Speaking of Terrorblade, the Shrine's going to be popped, squaring off, seeing those Thunder up in about 10 seconds. As Stinger, he's just going to TP out with the Repel. He'll be fine. So a bit of a distraction, space created, as we like to say, including Sand King at the top.
Level 3 Repel. That's really, really good this game.
Okay.
So many stuns and slows and Orchid, what have you. So if he's able to hang on to that for as long as he can, it's going to be very effective in this next team fight. Ravage is up. Meta is... what's meta cooldown? He actually has it, but speaking of him, he's dead. Mana burn from Kotaro is too much for Sylar. They're going to try to maybe get a counter kill onto him. He does have a doppelganger after the silence. Stacking stuns nicely, gets the lift off as well. Maybe they commit a wrap. No, they're not going to commit the wrap.
No, not for the Ogre at that point. But again, they get the big kill on Phantom Lancer at least. So yeah, at least the immediate revenge, you pointed out. But yeah, the Diffusal Blade on Phantom Lancer with the Yasha just about finished even as well. This Terrorblade, and Terrorblade's not a hero that's got a lot of comeback, right? Is that safe to say? He wants to have a good start, but
he's not a hero that's like he's out if he's down, but he can come back. It's just he doesn't farm that fast with, like, he farms exponentially faster as the items roll in, but he's just got nothing right now. So
yeah,
he can certainly come back, but his team needs to buy him space, and he needs to give himself space by saying, hey, I'm not coming to this team fight, you guys have to fight 4v5 or whatever. He needs to do that. He has absolutely nothing right now.
Well, that's to the credit of Infamous for sure, though. They're the ones forcing a lot of these fights and kind of making that reaction possible. Bottom lane, Queen of Pain, she has a blink, though, so although it looked a little scary, don't think she was ever really in too much trouble there. As far as dying, I'm not even coming in to throw the Purification and heal her up a bit, but Thunder falling back for good reason. Razor wants to finish a BKB now, which you talk about Repel being good. I assume that safely means BKB is also pretty good this game.
It is, yeah.
This lineup, so gonna have that soon. Tidehunter, he's fine, being harassed. Tidehunter wants to get the blink before perhaps the pipe, another item that could come to mind. Your Thunder here to eventually have. But Terrorblade, when is he gonna feel comfortable fighting? I mean, he's going to Manta. Does he need a BKB first, maybe?
Not sure, but possible kill on. They smoked up. They want to start with a lift into maybe Ravage after. Oh, they get the rollout. They might not even need Ravage. These just get blown the F up. They still have Ravage ready to go. Metamorphosis used on that tower as well. So maybe they go for 2. Yeah, nice smoke there coming out from VGJ. But sorry, what were you asking right before that?
Terrorblade. The Manta's come in. When should they feel more comfortable with him finding like a BKB next, maybe?
Sure, yeah, Manta BKB. I think that's exactly what Envy has been going lately, and it's been having a lot of success. Definitely no reason not to get both those items. Tons of stuns, tons of silences, and not tons of silences, but tons of both of those things in the mix.
Speaking of silence, Razor gets silenced, but the Queen of Pain blinks the other direction and kind of got a little caught off guard there. Sunner and Ogre Magi actually will help finish him off. Razor in the back lines.
Heal's pushing top tier 3 tower. That's like half damage right now on the tower. That goes unpunished, so not the
back over here
trade in the world.
Oh, they catch the Queen of Pain, the Ravage on top of it, and she's dead. They caught her going too aggressive once again. Back to the top lane. So sure, he got some damage on the tier 3. Deals quite a bit, but they do even lose the Queen of Pain as a result of the chase. So Infamous, bit of a miscue. Maybe she wanted to stop TPs, be a distraction, of course, but did not want to cost her own life to do so.
Important note, too, is that those last 3 kills that VGJ just got all went to the Terrorblade. Got the last hit on each one of them. Very, very important. So he goes from basically having nothing to having a Manta now. First real item is coming up in just about 50 gold. So,
wow.
Finally has that, can get out of the Orchid, which is the biggest thing. And just make the, give himself more damage with the meta plus Manta.
Yeah, he's caught up to the Phantom Lancer. He's basically tied with the PL now and very close to the Queen of Pain, actually. As far as net worth, just like that, as you're pointing out. So, huge for a Terrorblade. The Manta's going to be finished. You have Razor, his BKB is just about finished. Just needs a pattern, but a fight could be breaking out before that. Roshan's already down about half-life. Kama goes in with the Plasma Field initially, trying to scare them. Phantom Lancer assisting, staying in there, but no. Now he backs off Yang. All his mana's gone. Doesn't have his Ravage anyways. Not necessarily the biggest deal right there.
No Ravage. They know this. Also no meta for 18. I'm not quite sure. It's be kind of scary. Maybe they go for a roll steal or something. They're trying to chip away.
Yeah. Oh, they're going for a steal for sure.
Thunder has so close to his BKB too. This has got to feel bad.
It's such a slow kill. There we go. Finally initiate. Phantom Lancer dropping a half. Like gonna get a heal. The Guardian Angel eventually does come out the epicenter in response. Tidehunter, he's surviving though. Sylar will use the Sunder on one trade. Looks like the Omni Knight heals on up. There goes a kill. And the Aegis is picked up by Sylar, the Sonic Wave on multiple heroes. But Sylar standing his ground on that meta for him. Papita has to blink away. Omni Knight going uphill to survive. Only Phantom Lancer dying in that whole fight. Actually pretty damn crazy in itself.
Yeah.
But the Aegis picked up by Terrorblade, and now Thunder can fall back.
The stolen level 4 repel is doing work for this this Terrorblade. So if AO can continually get this, obviously the repel is so much better than the heal, especially since the heal got nerfed a while back. But I mean, I guess the repel did too. But it's just so good this game against the hero Infamous has. So yeah, Rubik. I don't even think you want to try to steal another spell. Even if Sonic Wave comes out, even if the Burrow Strike comes out, I think you just hold on to this repel as long as you possibly can.
Strong ability. 7-second duration that it has. Quite a bit. You got Sand getting out of there before he gets caught. Now the Tidehunter, you mentioned that pipe idea, and sure enough, Tidehunter is now going to be looking to finish that, and they're going to push bottom tier 1. The fact this tower is still up pretty crazy at 25 minutes in, but they're going to get it. And yeah, doing that without the Razor BKB too is also pretty crazy. I mentioned he was close to finishing it going into that fight, but just didn't have it yet, and ended up not being a big deal in the long run. So he has that now, full 10 seconds. Good to go for the next potential fight. Queen of Pain, meanwhile, finishes her Shiva. She still needs a pattern delivered, but we'll have that for the next fight. So goes the Orchid right into a Shiva's this game. I'm trying to think, what about like a Lincoln's been good this game? I guess there's quite a bit that could have just taken it off, so maybe not, but...
Yeah, I mean, Lincoln's would stop a blink, or like a lift from Rubik.
Yeah, Sunder even.
Yeah, even Sunder. I think Shiva's is always good if you're playing against illusion-based heroes. So if anyone decided to get a Shiva's on the side of VGJ, namely probably the Razor or the Tidehunter, it's very necessary against illusion. But I think Quap really needs a BKB now, and yeah, that's what she's building towards next. She has to get a BKB, otherwise she just blinks and then dies.
Seen that happen a couple times this game, in fact. PL finishes his Manta style and queues up the Eye of Scotty pretty quickly, but yeah, if you're VGJ.Thunder, you have the Aegis, obviously for a little bit longer, but I'm guessing they want to try to make use of it. But Terrorblade has his own Eye of Scotty saved up, so I don't know if they can wait for him to finish that and then push. That's going to at least be 2-3 minutes. So should they try to force the issue, or maybe just use the Aegis to farm instead? Would you be fine with that?
It'd be nice to. Like, they want to fight whenever they have Ravage up. So regardless of whatever items TB has or he's close to, yeah, they're actually going to smoke right now. They go 4-man smoke, and then they're going to have TB push the bottom lane. They will have to be weary of PL pushing this top lane, considering he did a lot of damage to that tier 3 up there. So perhaps one person TP, or they just Or they just force high ground themselves and start trading, which they could potentially do because they've already killed the tier 2 in mid. So they could go bottom racks into mid if we start to see some kind of swap, some trading. But here we go. Quap in some trouble, and I think he's just dead. Yep. That's the problem with Quap, man. It's like, yeah, you're very strong and you're aggressive, but you are just kind of like a glass cannon in most stages of the game.
Yang has a Ravage. He might actually use it right here. No, the repel goes down. There's the eels in the air. Right there, they're going to chase after Doppelganger away. Ravage? Yeah, that will stop. There's no way he was getting out. They were definitely going to catch him. Can he maybe Doppelganger again? 2 seconds. The lift might prevent it. The sap. He gets it off, but it's just not going to matter. He will indeed die. They did kill the tier 3 tower, but a massive cost, of course. Both Quap and Phantom Lancer.
Yep.
End up dying.
Not looking too good for Infamous. They had a great start, but yeah, that's just the nature of Quap. Even 8-4, 8-4 and 2 with a nice KDA, it's just paper. Like one stun, anything. And this was, again, keep in mind, this was last pick, so theoretically this should be like the best hero on their team, right? Like, or at least the one with the least counters, but they literally picked it into a first pick ES, like arguably one of the better heroes against Quap, and an instant cast lift from supports. This just goes back to my idea that while I don't necessarily like the draft in entirety for VGJ, I love their support combos. They can kill anybody, like as long as they have another core with them. They're so good together.
Yeah, I've seen that several times now, and that's going to be the downfall of Infamous this game. If they can find a way around it somehow. BKB, you mentioned, that's what he really needs, and still finding the farm to do so. Aegis will be reclaimed, so VGJ.Thunder not going to be as confident now. However, I have Scotty on Terrorblade is finished, so kind of a nice trade-off there, and currently has the Butterfly queued up. He's also going to hit level 20 shortly, so more benefit coming from that soon. And yeah, he's well in the lead now as far as overall net worth heroes in this game. Bottom lane, oof. Oh, Sand King. Sand King actually has an Ags. He's managed to find some okay farm himself, so has extra reach now with the Ags. The Burrow strikes.
Wow.
Yeah, that comes
very
into play.
Farmed.
Are they smoked? Yeah. Maybe get middle. It's Tide. Probably not. That's Tidehunter.
So there is no more Aegis onto Sylar, but he does have the full Scotty. So, although he doesn't have that second life, he's very, very tanky. And also important is he doesn't need mana to cast his Thunder now. So if he, for some reason, lost all that mana, he can still cast Thunder, and they're going to go just kind of collapse 5. Oh, a big whiff on the stun from the Sand King, unfortunately.
And now he can fight. He doesn't have his meta, or he hasn't activated it just yet. He's still waiting for the time being. He will Sunder first. He still hasn't used it. Guardian Angel comes out. There's a Burrow Strike on 3 different heroes. Ravage. No, he can't use it. He doesn't have the mana for it, actually. Wand Charges maybe will get him there, but Terrorblade's just running away. Doppelganger forward, trying to run him down. Not going to be enough. Again, no Ravage still from Yang. He pops the wand. He still doesn't have the mana, though. He's going to be silenced up in the backlands. Queen of Pain picking up the Air Spirit. Going to be able to pick off Terrorblade with a Sonic Wave. He has a buyback if they need it. Combo's going to be run into the base. So there's a buyback from Earth Spirit, but Razor dead now. This fight being heavily won from Infamous. Yang is going back to the fountain. He could not cast Ravage the whole time, and I think that really caught Thunder off guard in that fight. Terrorblade doesn't want this to be, but the Burrow Strike on multiple heroes once again. Finally, the Ravage coming out. Will that be the Ravage that they were looking for? They take out Queen of Pain. Down goes the Ogre Match, and the Metaform activated from Terrorblade, of course, beating down Omni Knight, and Omni Knight will 2 fall. They save the racks on top of it. A double kill for Sylar, and when it's all said and done, at least VGJ.Thunder does fight strong and defend the base.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised why Sylar didn't just pop the meta from the get-go. Like a whiff stun, meta, Manta, tons of damage, but he just really wanted to hold on to that and then has to force to use the buyback. And he gets a double kill at the end there, but it is reduced by 60%, so not very much gold coming his way after he had to spend it for the buyback. Yeah, that is an issue. The Tidehunter just couldn't find the mana, unfortunately, to use the ultimate. But I think bigger issues that Sylar just wasn't able to, or decided not to use that meta and just turn it right away after the whiff stun from Sand King. But again, we have another stolen repel for Rubik, so he's got that now for the next fight. And it is level 2 spell steal, so it lasts a bit longer now. 60 more seconds on top of that, 240 total.
Managed to do that plenty this game, stealing that repel ability.
And it's going to be a quick Roshan spawn, 1 minute 35 seconds, so.
Ooh. look for that most certainly. That's probably going to be the next point of contention, of course. BKB is finished on Queen of Pain. So she does have that key item there. This has been suggesting Omni Knight finishing a Crimson Guard. That's actually not an item we get to see too often, but pretty good against a hero like Terrorblade especially. We are going to see it, so gonna like that that choice there for these team fights. Phantom Lancer looking to finish his own IF Scotty still, about 3,500 gold saved up on him. Under a minute now before Roshan spawns. They're gonna check it on the Radiant side, obviously not see it just yet. Going middle lane, but not gonna overcommit. Levels. You have a couple of level 20s. Terrorblade, he did get the minus 10-second reflection cooldown. So it makes it a 6-second cooldown, and Tidehunter 24 Kraken Shell damage block. So even harder to kill at this point.
Yeah.
But Infamous showed, I mean, they can definitely win these fights still, even with the overfarmed Terrorblade now. Even with the whiffed initiation on top of that. I think obviously still have potential. I think the Diffuser Blade, especially at Phantom Lancer, is doing a lot of work this game. Fight, so.
Well, we'll see if VGJ can get the jump that changes everything, and it looks like they want to try in a decent position. They're all smoked up.
Oh,
there we go.
No. Phantom Lancer, just as I was talking about, that could do good with him. He runs into the trap. And Roshan is now up, if they check this.
Now we got them pushing out mid lane. They know Roshan's up. They could use a buyback from PL and fight this, because they know that they don't have Ravage. I think that they probably should. But it looks like they don't want to. Quap is just pushing bottom. They don't want to use the buyback. And so this will be a free Rosh. This is going to be Cheese, I believe. Yep, second Rosh.
Yeah. Give the Cheese.
And then after this, they're just going to farm up, wait for Ravage to cool down, and then push down the lane. I would imagine. I don't think they want to fight without Ravage.
Now, gonna give the Cheese to probably... Oh, how did they get the Cheese? A Razor, I would guess. And then Terrorblade pick up the Aegis here.
Or maybe... Okay, they do go Terrorblade Aegis. Typically, he's not the better Aegis carrier, just because he loses out on meta.
Oh, the meta, yeah.
But they give it to him, so maybe he just doesn't have to use it first. But that can be a bit scary if you're not ready. But with... Like I said, if they just wait for the Ravage to be up, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, VGJ have all the tools to win this game. They just have to make sure they play a bit more crisp and they get the jump. Like, when they're getting the jump, they win every fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, looking at the graph, Infamous has actually had the net worth lead this whole game. And that still remains the case. They're right now up 3,000 net worth, so that's never not been the case. But it does feel like VGJ.Thunder, especially after that Roshan kill, is definitely in a little bit more control of this game. But again, ultimately, it's definitely anyone's game. With that said, Butterfly on Sylar, if he manages to finish that as well, and at this rate he's going to. I mean, he has 4,000 gold saved up, already has the quarterstaff. Unless they gank him here, he's gonna finish that, and good luck killing him then.
Yeah.
Mischance. The PL. Oh, they're gonna smoke even. They definitely were not seen. They do not have Razor with them. Queen of Pain will find the Razor. Razor picks the regen, gonna be now slowing down, pops the BKB, and that'll be his getaway.
Yeah, I think that's fine. You have to. Sucks losing that charge, but in the meantime, they spot out the Omni, a very crucial kill. They get the kill on him, 70 seconds on the sideline. Has buyback if he needs it, but Infamous is doing a good job of pushing out their lane, so. What was I going to mention here about, oh, this Quap. Typically, you see Quaps always go for the 40 attack speed on their 15 talent, because it couples so nicely with like a Mjolnir build, which is already a common build to begin with on Quap, but it's even better against illusion-based heroes like TV, so it's very interesting that he's actually not going for that. Neither the Mjolnir, neither the attack speed talent at level 15. Anyway, we got a push here in mid. Aegis Sylar in front with a butterfly. Just pops the meta. Going straight for this, forcing out a potential buyback from Omni, but with 30 seconds still need to go, he maybe doesn't want to.
It's pretty key not having Omni here, not only for the reason of no skills, but the Crimson Guard would be really good right now. Now he does buy back Phantom Lancer, good doppelganger juke. Terrorblade gets a Fire Blast down. You do see the Pipe Use on top of it, though. Queen of Pain, she pops to be compete, but she melts the physical damage. She has to blink out very quickly. Sunder is still ready for the Terrorblade. Remember, he also has the Aegis on top of that, but he wants the Sunder damage. Goes for down the Ogre Magi. Phantom Lancer sitting on top of him, however. Still turning around, putting out some good damage. Io going to be picked off. Phantom Lancer, the illusions are doing the work, but outside that turns the attention to him once again. Great Boulder Smash done through on that. He's going to be running. He's side of the top. He will fall. And Phantom Lancer, he needs to be careful not to die right here. Going to Doppelganger 4. That ain't going to work, though. Both him and Omni Knight are staying dead. Ogre even gets picked off.
Oh, no.
And just like that, Thunder may be able to break through and try to finish this game right here, right now.
Yep, and they're just going straight for the tier 4s. 2 of them don't have buyback. Ogre now has a buyback. Rubik buys back. TPs to the shrine, trying to rush there as fast as he can. Schofield tries to delay the inevitable. He'll buy back. Pepita does get a kill on the Fade, putting these heroes at pretty low HP. Big Epicenter coming out in the silo. That's just the Aegis, though. Yeah. Yang, he's pretty healthy. He's got another Blink Ravage if he can regen somehow. Cheese is transferred to him. Here we go. He does have Ravage now.
You think he wants to find it again? No meta form, though, from Terrorblade.
Oh, Quad blinked in. Surprised he didn't just go straight onto him. This is the buyback from Schofield. If he dies here, he's dead on the sidelines for a long, long time, and yet 100 seconds for him.
It's just Quap. Pepita, the lifesaver here for Infamous, but the Ravage happens. She's dead. She pipes back immediately. But the Rax is going to fall now bottom lane as well. Terrorblade, no meta form for 45 seconds. Still, Io catches Quap. Obviously, this would be a dieback, and this would 100% be the game. She blinks away. She'll be fine. Masuku, he'll go down again. He's staying dead. So Infamous just throwing bodies at Thunder now, hoping that they just get distracted as long as possible. But they will at least still be alive in the game. There are no mega creeps yet. In fact, the tier 2 tower still remains. So there is still hope for Infamous. But for the first time, Thunder has the net worth lead and obviously is in a very, very comfortable spot.
Yep, use the Aegis to perfection. I hear a Bloodthorn. It's on to the Rubik. Taking tons of damage. Does have the Purify. Quap blinks in aggressively. He's going to get lifted. Could be in some trouble here. Has a blink in 1 second. Should be okay. Blinks out. Gets a heal from the Omni Knight. So playing with fire, but you really have to take risks like that at this stage of the game. Either doing everything he can and just... Fortunately, PL's just not holding his weight. 3 and 7, not getting that much farm. Doesn't have a way to cut through the butterfly of Terrorblade just yet. Obviously, they do have the Bloodthorn, which is nice, but doesn't have his own MKB. Dies too quickly. Just hasn't had that great of a game or series, to be honest, unfortunately, for him and Infamous.
Yeah, him being level 25 would be clutch, as usual, of course, but I think that's the biggest thing right now. His damage output isn't necessarily best. Sure, he's able to survive somewhat and being in a harasser in the back lines, but he's not able to finish the job, and there's too much sustain. Meanwhile, last chance for Infamous going out right here. They're going to get the pick on Earth Spirit at least. However, they will lose the Ogre Magi. Metaform once again activated by Terrorblade. Still having that Sunder. Crimson Guard to use. Omni plenty tanky because of that, but just not going to be tanking up in the long heal sector. Saving it for now. There we go. It's going to be coming out. The Guardian Angel, the Sonic Wave of multiple heroes, but out comes the Ravage. Omni Knight's still alive because of the GA, but he eventually does go down. You mentioned the Refresher use. He has a second one. Going to catch up. Oh, the Doppelganger. No, that was actually Queen of Pain. Does get hit by it still. Doppelganger not going to be enough. Phantom Lancer falls indeed. Wicked sick for Sylar. Schofield, again, being the distraction. But VGJ.Thunder going to kill him, push the base, I'm sure, and truly finish this game now.
Yeah, this Tidehunter pick actually is doing a lot of work. I was skeptical at first, but he got a lot of farm. GG comes out, so 2-0 victory here for VGJ, but they had to work for it. Definitely wasn't a walk in the park, because there was some nice, bright signs of life here from Infamous, namely Pepita. I mean, just what a great series from him. Fortunately, starts this off with a 0-2 loss to VGJ.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm not the most...
Yeah.